Hi everyone, this is my second vlog, job searching vlog, I guess. It's been about a month since I seriously started job searching again. And just to explain my situation, um, I left my previous tech job and I moved to LA without a job, and I just started doing comedy, which was on my bucket list. And I did well. I think I really, I don't want to say get it out of my system, but I've grown more in this past year than I have ever grown artistically. And in summary, I need to look for a job again. And this time for real, because otherwise I'm going to end up in the streets. So in many ways, this gap that I have in my resume was a time for me to kind of regain perspective on what I want. And turns out it's not just stand-up comedy. Um, Kind of gave me time to reevaluate what I want from life. But anyways, I was talking to one of my fans from YouTube, Jojo. Hi, Jojo from New Zealand. Was giving me very good advice that I cannot be stuck in regret, depression, and self-doubt land because I could be stuck in there for a very long time. But I got some soul searching done for the past few days as I started struggling with this issue of looking for a job again, finding myself again in the workforce. And I realized, okay, first of all, I'm gonna say some things with positive vibes because that's what Jojo was saying. But also, I've been watching a lot of Wayne Dyer videos. Wayne Dyer, I'm sure you know, is a very famous motivational coach. And he said that we need to, thoughts are vibrational frequencies, and thoughts carry energy that can change our reality. So if I keep talking about how I made stupid decisions in the past, I'm really worried about the future, and then how I think I suck, obviously these are not very good vibrations. So I'm going to stop doing that. Um, and just to prove it to you, I feel like I have gained a lot of valuable experiences in the past, both business technology side and the comedy artistic side. And the future is bright. Fingers crossed. Um, Mark my words. And I am trying to make the most of every day for this job searching period. Do not get depressed. Do not get discouraged. It'll take a while, especially because the job market's tough right now. But as long as I believe in myself and keep moving forward and believe in the fact that I can bring a lot of stuff to the table, I should be able to find something. Now, having said that, I don't want to be in this situation ever again. I've been thinking about that a lot. I don't want to be in this situation ever again because, first of all, leaving your job without a good reason is really, it doesn't make any sense. It only makes sense from a crazy artist's perspective. But yeah, that is not the path that I want to take. I realize that. I don't want to work at McDonald's and do stand up on the side. Although there's been success stories of people who have done that. Number two is that I miss the tech side. I miss being in the office. I miss being productive for a business in tech. I miss coding. I never thought I would say that. I think I do have a very crazy brain, just like everybody else. I do have that creative, want that creative fulfillment with comedy, but I also have that logical, I think you call it the right brain, right? Left brain, right brain. Yeah, I have a very active left brain. I forgot which one's the logical side. Anyways, so I miss being at work. Which brings me to my original point of why I wanted to make this vlog is that it's I was actually doing some contemplating, And you probably don't want me to keep talking about the past, but I finally realized something, that finally at age 35, I realized that I have been really naive when I was younger for the past 15 years or so. Probably the past, my entire life, I've been so naive. And I don't really know the reasons behind that. Maybe it's because I missed out on important learnings in my childhood or whatever, but maybe I grew up too privileged, protected by my family. But anyways, I finally realized I was too naive and I was privileged. I was ungrateful for all the opportunities that I was given in my life. All my life I've been complaining. It was bad, very bad habit for me. From childhood to adulthood to young adulthood to now. Um, I was looking over some of the job offers that I had back in like 2015, 2016, and they were very good job offers that I threw away, that I took for granted, that I left prematurely. It was like the early stages of the tech boom, the mobile app boom, and I was getting hired everywhere. And I was taking that boom for granted. And now it's much harder to get hired because there's so much more competition, so many recent graduates trying to do the same thing in tech. So it is all understandable. Basically, I was overvalued as a tech worker and a developer, iOS developer back in 2015. That's why it was much easier for me to get these six-figure jobs. And I thought, I was like, yeah, everything is going to go fine after this. But that was not the case. I should have built career capital. I should have built good job references around that time. I should have continued to network. I should continue to grow as an engineer. And I didn't do any of that because, in my defense, I was always preoccupied with comedy. So it's always been my issue. Blessing and a curse, the comedy thing, but I cannot regret about that. Um, so that's what I realized. Back in 2016, there were some interesting opportunities as a technical account manager. That's where I thrived as a sales engineer in 2018, which is kind of a similar role at a software startup. So I think that's where I should put my focus on for 2024, 2025. And I found a bunch of openings. So as long as I can explain my resume and they don't dislike all this comedy stuff that I have going on outside of work, I should be able to make a strong case as a technical account manager, sales engineer, or a customer success manager, because I don't really see myself as a pure developer anymore. Although I should probably freshen up on that, fresh up on my coding skills. I was even thinking about going back into just pure sales. Cold calling doesn't even sound that bad if it's for the right kind of company that I can, right kind of product, software product, or something that I can actually wrap my head around. But anyways, having said all that, this week I put a lot of time into job searching and almost little to no time on comedy stuff, and I've been kind of switching around my priorities. So yeah, I think it was rough mentally to kind of face reality again. I think there was a very naive part of my brain that wanted to just think about comedy, do comedy forever. And it hurt and hurt more the more I tried to face reality. I was like, no, I don't want to think about business and getting a job again, getting rejected at interviews and stuff like that. But hey, life is not all, sunshine and roses and rainbows. I gotta get serious. I gotta make money. I'm not gonna be young forever. And as I've said numerous times, comedy does not make any money. I have completely accepted that fact. So I'm gonna keep pushing forward. All right. Having said all that, the second part of my vlog is about comedy. Now that this job searching is completely underway, I plan to dedicate September, October, and possibly November, hopefully not longer, into finding my next job opportunity. Again, I'm not looking for a perfect opportunity. I'm definitely realizing that that does not exist. I should just hear back from whatever I have applied so far and hope for the best and just continue along on this journey, make money. On the comedy side, if I had any advice to younger people that might be watching this, I had always known that it was going to be a marathon. And the money side is just as important as the creative side. You can't just be like, I want to be creative and not worry about money. That doesn't exist. There's some kind of a fairy tale life where you have, it's only possible through like really, really rare cases. You're getting support from somebody. And I thought, I want to be an artist like that, but I didn't know the whole picture. I didn't know that most successful artists and comedians in LA, they're actually backed by somebody else. They have a way to do that. Or if they are juggling an amazing job in addition to their comedy career, they're doing that extremely carefully. They were able to build up to that through years of effort, and that does not come easy. And in my case, I threw away a job in order to come to LA. And many young people do that to try to network with the right people, to try to get into the right casting opportunities. And I'm not saying that it's bad. Jenna Fischer said it in her book too, and that's one of the reasons that inspired me to take a leap of faith. But I mean, you got to be ready to face the consequences. Are you willing to let go of everything that you have built before your life in LA? Are you going to find an adequate job? Are you willing to risk it? Are you willing to gamble? Are you sure that if you put 10 years into this while working as a barista here in LA, you are going to succeed? There is no guarantee. You just love it, so you do it, right? Yeah, so I guess I realized that I'm not willing to give up everything that I built on with my business degree and the technology side and become a McDonald's fast food worker. I'm not willing to do that. So I had to come to grips with that, I think. So yeah, that's where my head is at right now. Go wherever the job is, not just go wherever the comedy is and try to build, because my resume is not strong enough for that. If you were super smart, maybe you can do that, but I'm not. So I gotta take 2 steps back. I gotta take 1 step back for eventual 2 steps forward. I gotta work hard, hopefully get myself to a remote job, work hard for as long as it takes, and then move to a city that I want to live in. I can do comedy. So anyways, those are the thoughts that I had. And if there's any comedy advice, I have actually done close to 1,000 sets now. Can you believe it? I think somebody, Jimmy Yang or Death Fan, used to say, if you do like 400, 500 sets, you can find your comedic voice. And I've done so many open mics here in LA. I'm not sure if I found my voice, but if there's any advice, it's I still mess up. I still mess up after 1,000 times on stage. After 1,000 sets, I still mess up. I thought something was gonna work. And I also don't play it safe. I am way too political. I'm too opinionated. And I was really going for like low LPM material where I get to say what I feel from my heart instead of just joke, high laughs per minute material. So that's my defense, but some people don't think it's real comedy. They think it's not funny when I'm talking about my philosophy, my attitude about life, veganism, environmentalism, social media, stuff like that. Death, suicide. But I encourage everybody who might be watching this to find your path of comedy. I really don't think that there's one way. There is no one way. You have to find your own voice. And the people who became true artists are the ones who persisted and created their own voice when everybody else was saying that you suck. Why don't you do it like this? Well, I want to do alt low LPM authentic comedy. Fuck you. And people who get you will get you and laugh. People who don't get you, they were never meant to be your fans in the first place. So I guess that's what I realized. And also, the energy that you bring onto stage is extremely important. Recently, when I bombed, I didn't bomb just because of my material. I bombed largely because of my energy. I brought a lot of stressed out, weird, sad energy because I had just gotten rejected from a job interview. That's when I realized, oh shit, I need to take care of this job part before I can even do anything with the comedy part. And that kind of sadness and depression, you can't hide it. You can't hide it on stage. You can play it off as anger or like authentic frustration at open mics when you want to riff on it. But usually job interview rejection is not that relatable, and like an audition mic at like Hollywood Improv is not the time to vent about your job interview frustrations. So you got to be extremely careful. And I made the mistake of bringing weird energy onto stage. So I think I learned that after 1,000 mics that you cannot be overconfident in your material, but you have to bring whatever you do off stage. People can see whatever you do in private shows in public. So whatever was happening in your private life, depression, sadness, pain, self-doubt, anxiety will come out in the middle of your stand-up comedy act when you're trying to make everybody laugh. Which is a very dangerous thing, and I need to be very careful of that because I'm such an emotional person. And if you're gonna do it right, then you might as well really take care of the job part, your life outside of the stage part, and then build a good life outside of comedy so that you can bring good energy into comedy, and then comedy can give you good energy back. Otherwise, you're up there on the stage asking for approval to feel better. You don't want to be ever in that scenario, asking from an empty cup. So I think that's it for me today. And I'm proud of everything I've achieved here in LA, although I need to change my focus to job searching. I'm proud of everybody that I've met. I love everybody that I've met, except for a few annoying ones. And I guess I'll leave it up to God in terms of my next destination. And yeah, I feel a lot better today. I'm not sure why, but 1 month of job searching is over, everyone. See ya.